Jamaica is a beautiful tropical island lying at the heart of the Caribbean. The island was surrounded by healthy coral reefs that provided a rich habitat for lots of fish. In turn, this supported the people of Jamaica with a reliable source of food and livelihood for hundreds of years. Unfortunately, around the late 1970s, everything started to change. The sea urchins which grazed algae from the corals were wiped out by a disease, and back-to-back hurricanes caused massive damage to the reef. Meanwhile, Jamaica's population doubled to almost 3 million people, and 2 million tourists each year began visiting the island. At the same time, coastal development, pollution, overfishing, and destructive fishing practices like dynamite and seiya netting were putting too much pressure on the fragile reef. The parrotfish, who were the last of the grazers, were also being harvested, and eventually the lionfish started adding to the problem. Eventually, coral cover on Jamaica's reefs was reduced from 50% to 10%. The reef has become covered with algae and contains much fewer fish. Fisher folk work harder now for less money and have few other options to turn to. The effects of climate change on the ecosystem are only expected to make the situation worse, threatening not only fishers and their families, but the communities and businesses that rely on this coastal resource.
Jamaica's fish stock is in a very, very bad state.
Me am 49 years old, and me know. Me am fishing from me I go to school, so me know. Fish almost done.
Sometimes we go there nothing at all. Same like how we go there swim, so we come back.
When me a youth, me see more fish catching here, so. And back then was like paradise, you know. Everything was in its form of glory, you know.
But the decline affects all of us because
once a fisherman can't get enough fish to sell, the businesses in the community can't grow.
We need prosperity in our long run. Fishermen can make money.
It's rough right now. We find a different income right now. It's rough.
However, there are now parts of the island where the coral and the fish are coming back. In the last few years, a partnership approach has emerged between the Jamaican government, local communities, private sector, and organizations like Caribbean Safe, who have come together to find innovative solutions, such as the establishment and management of fish sanctuaries. A fish sanctuary is a way of replenishing fish stocks by closing off an area to fishing. It works in two ways. First, the fish inside the sanctuary will have a chance to grow large and eventually move into surrounding areas where fishermen are allowed to take them. This is called the spillover effect. Second, the big fish that remain inside the sanctuaries are also important because they produce much more eggs than smaller fish. For example, a 1-pound snapper will produce 36,000 eggs, but a 6-pound snapper will produce over 3 million. These eggs will travel in the water to help populate the surrounding reefs, like a large tree spreading its seeds. This is called the reserve effect. Around the world, fish sanctuaries are a proven method for fishing communities to improve their catch in surrounding areas. It works like a bank account. You are living off the interest of protecting the deposit. The bigger you grow the deposit, the more interest you can receive. Since 2010, there are now 14 fish sanctuaries around the island of Jamaica. 7 of these are supported by the Caribbean Fish Sanctuaries Partnership Initiative, which is a project implemented by Caribbean Safe in partnership with the Jamaican government. All the sanctuaries involved in this scheme are co-managed by local fishing cooperatives and other community-based organizations. They include Arocabessa Bay and Boscobel on the north coast, and on the south coast, Bluefields Bay, Galleon St. Elizabeth, and the 3 sanctuaries in the Portland Bight area. The project has provided grants for boats, salaries, training and equipment, as well as technical assistance and support. The successes of these sanctuaries speak for themselves.
The sanctuary, it is doing marvelous things here.
it is a brilliant idea. It's the best thing that could ever happen to Bluefields or to anywhere else in Jamaica.
Seems like we are getting it back.
It's an excellent idea.
and it is working perfect.
And it will continue to work if we keep supporting it.
Me live now for see. When me go out the fish, I almost want to kiss my glass. So me see a difference.
Well, normally, you never used to see certain type of fish around here before the sanctuary. And now since the sanctuary come in, you see more fish.
The fishes, them, they're so smart, you know, they seem like they are very intelligent, you know. The fishes, they realize that it is a protected area. So they come right up, you know, close up to us, you know, showing off.
So when you lay down in the night and relax with the two beers in hand, and you lie down with a girl or what it may be, fish giving you music.
The key to success lies in partnerships with the local community. Fishers must be involved in design and management of protected areas, as well as the distribution of benefits. Around the world, evidence shows that when no-take zones are established from top down by government or businesses without consulting local fishers first, they almost always fail.
To me, and I've always said this, for you to have an effective sanctuary here in Jamaica, you have to have the community behind you.
You get them involved, and when you can give them little work, you give them little work. Make them be a part of it. You understand? They won't destroy their own success.
We can do things that have results within 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. So at one time you call a meeting, not very many fishermen attend, but I think the time is coming now where enough fishermen are seeing that things can get better.
Yeah, of course we support it because we know like we see what a man going at it and we make certain say we not going at it, so we don't want to see nobody.
Yeah, we don't want to see nobody.
If we are not on the sea and we are on land, and once a fisherman is on the land and then see anything like a little boat coming up, say, Claudine, there's a boat coming up there, and we will rush out to check. So they are looking out when we are not looking out.
So you have to get fishers on board to really make it work. We have dialogue with fishermen, we meet with fishermen, we meet with other stakeholders, you know, island communication. It's a partnership between the fisherman and the foundation.
The level of partnership and trust that has been established between government, conservation groups and local fishing communities is now leading towards changes in management, not only for their sanctuary, but for the fishing industry as a whole. In Belize, this example of a managed access approach has resulted in the most successful conservation program in the Caribbean, with 60% less illegal fishing and 70% of fishers reporting a better catch. However, the sanctuaries still face a number of challenges which threaten their future success. Without sufficient financial and human resources, managing bodies cannot effectively manage and enforce the sanctuary. Lack of funds also compromises public awareness and education within the community. All of this results in less than 100% compliance and a slower recovery for the ecosystem.
Well, the biggest challenge facing the sanctuary now is money. Money to run the sanctuary, money to operate the sanctuary efficiently and in the manner we would really want to operate it.
The whole thing about it, if they don't have the funds to put it in place, it won't happen.
The team we have is small and it creates a little bit of challenge when you have to do such a wide area.
The cooperation is not 100%. And you know, if the cooperation can be 100% or even 90%, then the fish can grow and they can catch bigger fish.
But certainly the reports I get from fishers is that there is more fish in the sanctuary, and there is the downside of that is that there is now more temptation for people to go into the sanctuaries.
It takes resources and it takes will, you know, political will as well, and you know, the support of the police, because with the police can enforce some of these regulations as well, you know.
We have been extremely lucky and very grateful that the government in these times have managed to provide the level of support that they have so far. But the real danger now is that that money could stand to have been wasted if we do not maintain a level of funding to keep the program going.
Although the government of Jamaica has recently expressed their intention to continue funding sanctuaries, tourism is now the major focus for a future of sustainable financing. Since fish sanctuaries create healthier reefs, more fish, and protect beaches, large national and international private sector corporations such as the Sandals Hotel Group, Virgin Holidays, and Royal Caribbean Cruises are now providing them with funding around the Caribbean, and even managing their own, such as Sandals Bosco Bell and White House Sanctuaries in Jamaica. But sanctuaries can also generate income directly from tourists through visitor entrance fees, guided tours, and other related activities. This provides a source of alternative livelihoods and helps reduce pressure on the ecosystem. So organizations like Carib Save are focusing on helping communities build their capacity to do this.
This platform here, as I say, is it was funded by Carib Save. It was a purpose that to use to reduce the amount of fuel that we use and to do also more effective patrolling where we can stay much more longer and comfortable, as you can see.
There comes a time in the near future when we really like to see where the fishermen don't really have to go out and fish, but they can use the glass bottom boat and they can now show off the fish which is in the sanctuary.
Ecotourism-wise, we'll be having person be hearing about all of these tremendous things, you know, all about these manatees that visit Caribbean Fish Sanctuary, all about these turtles that come to lay.
Once you have a healthy reef, place where man can swim and see fish, because some places one snag you can see no fish.
It will, I think, produce that foundation upon which now the fishermen can make more money from the fish alive than the fish dead.
The successes today have been the result of collaborative effort, and with ongoing investment from government, private business, charitable organizations, and of course the local communities, fish sanctuaries really do provide hope for a future of prosperity and sustainability for all.
We should start with the sanctuaries because it's something that's working. All right, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's not the entire answer, but it's a crucial part of the answer. So start there and we should expand.
The fish sanctuaries should be around forever.
It's good for one, it's good for all.
Look after the banana and it will look after you.
I think this community has great potential to go further and further.
Because I love my job.
What we do here is special.
Mother like to care even everybody and show them so that we can see what I want. And take them to other places than here, and then they will really see what me talk about. Yeah. You understand? Because they have other places than here, same place in the town, where you don't see not even quarter, not even a eighth of the fish where you see around here.